What's up, YouTube? My name is Neil. I'm a master barber here in Baltimore. This is my first official YouTube video. Today, I'm going to be doing a review on something that the barbering world has been waiting for a long time. It created a lot of buzz, and I was the first one to drop a video of it actually being used in person. So I just felt that it was only right that I should be the one to do the first review. It's set to be released to the public here in America mid-February or the beginning of March. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Andis Cordless T-Outliner LI. If you know anything about Andis, you know that it's known for two things: the Andis Master and the Andis Outliner. So what they've done is made an LI version, which stands for lithium ion battery, and made it cordless. Let me give you a few shots and videos of it up close, let you see what it looks like. Then I'll be back with my review. Let's start off with how it sounds. Sounds pretty powerful. Now for comparison, I'm going to compare it to my favorite cordless trimmer right now, which is the Andis Slimline Pro Ion. So that's the Slimline, and this is the T-Outliner LI. Slimline, T-Outliner. Now straight away, this does sound much more powerful. It has a lower growl sound, if you will, which to me implies that it's more torque, more power. I was blessed to get this back in October. I can't tell you how I got it, can't tell you where I got it, I can't tell you who I got it from, can't tell you anything else about it other than I lucked up and I was blessed to get one. I've been using it daily since I got it because I was asked to provide feedback. So I wanted to put it through the paces, use it daily, figure out, if it was something that I thought was good, figure out what may need to be tweaked or changed before the production model. This was considered a test unit for the purpose of giving feedback. That I've been using it daily since October. And what I find is, well, let me start off by saying this. I may be biased because for years, the T-Outliner wasn't really my favorite trimmer, and I didn't use it on a daily basis. I preferred the Andis Styleliner 2. That was my go-to trimmer, and believe it or not, the Andis T-Edger. Those were the two trimmers that I used the most. For some reason, I could never get the Andis T-Outliner blade set correct so that it didn't bite on one end. Like, I would always have one side would give a crisp line, the other side wouldn't, or one side would bite, and that sort of thing. Just recent, in these past recent years, and I've been cutting for a long time, 20 plus years. It's just recently that I'm able to get the T-Outliner blade. Like, I have one that I'm using now in addition to this and my Slimline. Those are my three main trimmers. Then I'm able to get that T-Outliner blade to hit the way I want it to. With this, it seems that it's back to the routine that I've had, that love-hate affair with the T-Outliner before. I don't know if I can't quite get the blade right on this because it does provide a nice line, but honestly, it doesn't give me as crisp a line as my Slimline Pro. So what I end up doing is using this to put a line in initially, using it for shaving, some cleanup work, and just to, clean up around the ears and putting in that initial line. But for crispness, I have to come back with either my corded T-Outliner or my Slimline Pro to get that precise, crisp line. And then, of course, I come back and hit it with the razor. But I'm I don't know if that's necessarily a fault of the trimmer. That may be a fault of me just not being able to get the blade set correct. And if you look at it, I mean, I don't know if that takes a minute to focus, if it's focusing right now, but I have it set, pretty close. The one thing I can say, however, about this is I've set the blade, like I said, I think I have it pretty much dead on as close as it can get, and it doesn't bite. I will say that with this, the way it's set up with the rotary motor, I think that's one of the benefits of the rotary motor, that it keeps that blade when cutting even at all times, so there's no overlap unless you severely overlap it when you're zero gapping it. That's my issue with the trimmer. As far as balding out and power and that sort of thing, works fine. Pardon me, I'm a little sick, I'm losing my voice. But other than that, it works fine. Now, I don't want to get into how it's made or taking it apart or anything like that, too specific, because like I said, this is a test unit and the production model may not, they may have changed it based on the feedback that they got from the people that they put it out to test. There was some issues with the blade initially that I figured, I thought that just the way the blade is made and how it's attached and that sort of thing, that it was a little too complicated for the average barber to try to work on. Now, that may be something they addressed, and then I figured out that there is a way to kind of work on it in a way that is less complicated. So that was my initial reaction. But other than that, I'll show you. This is the on-off switch, of course. When it's on, it lights up blue. As it gets dull and needs to be recharged, this turns red and starts to blink red while you're using it. Also, while it's on the charger, this blinks blue as it's charging, and when it's fully charged, it's illuminated blue all the time. This is the bottom, of course. It's pretty much, self-explanatory. Has a charging base, which I showed you guys in the beginning with the still pictures and that sort of thing. Like I said, I'm using it daily, so I am able to, and this is the other thing that kind of confuses me. There's certain hair types, or that it will get a really crisp line and I could just use this and be done. Then other times it's not getting a crisp line. So again, I don't know if that's due to my error of not setting the blade correctly. The other thing I am more of a fan of the deep tooth blade, so I don't know if you can see that. So I changed out the original blade for this deep tooth blade, GTX style blade, just because that's what my preference is. And I like these blades better. I feel like they give a better, sharper line, even on the corded version. So I did do that. As far as the casing, the switch, everything about it, it feels as sturdy, just as sturdy as the corded version. There's some other things as far as how it's put together that I had some issues with, but since this is a pre-production model, I'm not really going to go into those. If I had to give it a score, like I said, because the comparison for me, this is hands down the best cordless trimmer. Even though this has some issues with the switch, I feel like the switch is a little too flimsy and that sort of thing. But when it comes down to cutting and actually using it and maneuvering it, although I don't know why Andis doesn't make a wider blade for this, like a direct fit, so people aren't modifying it. But other than that, this trimmer performs exactly how I need it to do. It gives me a crisp line every time. It's good for shaving, although I don't use it to bald out, or I don't use it to do, like I wouldn't use it to shave off a beard. I just use it to, put in a line, do parts, and some basic shaving. This is the trimmer to compare it to. This one here, in my opinion, it's slightly below because it doesn't give that crisp line every time that I need. And like I said, I'm not sure if that is user error and not setting the blade correctly, or if that is the trimmer itself. I'm going to continue to try to set the blade to see if I can get any different results. But for right now, like I said, this trimmer, it's a good trimmer for balding out. For some, it could be your main trimmer. it could become your main trimmer. If you're better at setting the blade than me and, have a way of using it better, it could become your main trimmer. But for me right now, this is my secondary trimmer. This is what I use to bald out, to put in an initial line, and then I come back and tighten everything up with the Slimline Pro. Those are the main points, how it cuts, how you charge it. That's pretty much it, YouTube. Like I said, this is my first video, a product review. If anybody out there, you have some products that you want me to review, Andis, Babyless Pro, Wall Pro, I'd love to get to those cordless seniors to review those. Also, I'm shooting this video with my cell phones. I want to maximize the ability of my cell phone's recording capabilities to do these videos. So I could really use a gimbal, cell phone gimbal. So if you got one that you want to send out to me, you companies that make cell phone gimbals to give that smooth cinematic effect, contact me, get in touch with me, leave a comment, leave some information. I'll get back to you. And, send me one to review. Send me one for free. Sponsor me. I'll take sponsors. Anybody is willing to sponsor me on these videos. Like, this is a journey that I'm embarking on. And I want everybody to come with me. Sponsorships. I want people to engage in the videos. Like, I've already been getting comments. People were saying that I was doing camera tricks or stuff with Photoshop and video editing programs to take away the cord, and that this wasn't real. Yes, this is real. It is real. It will be out within a matter of weeks, a month at the most. So believe me, like I said, I looked up and got an advanced unit. A lot of people got them. They're out there. But the real one will be hitting stores. I had someone actually offer me $500 for this one. But of course, because this is the pre-production model, I don't think I'm ever going to sell this one. Even if I buy another one, I'd never sell this one. Well, never say never. The right price, maybe. But I plan on holding on to that. So with that, YouTube, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm in my rough phases of YouTube videos. Hope that it's interesting enough for you to subscribe and like the video. And I promise that in the future, each video, I'll get better and better and do things that you like. You can even send me some suggestions, and just to hopefully that we can share this YouTube space and make it something that each of us can benefit from. Thank you again. Oh, you can find me on Facebook. Quintessential Cuts is my page. I don't own, but I have a personal barber suite that I operate out of here in Baltimore. Instagram is Mr. That's Mr. Coleman Shears. Same thing on Twitter. So you can follow me there. You can find me there. Ask me questions. And let me say one thing about Instagram and Twitter. If you follow me, I will definitely follow you back. If someone reaches out to you to follow you, that you should follow them back. That's all I'm saying. Nothing else, no more, no less. So once again, if you reach out to me on those social media sites, I will definitely follow you back. And with that, peace. Thanks for watching.